Hello and welcome to 1969 Baseball. Today is April 29th. We are playing Game 2 between the Cubs and Phillies in Philadelphia. Cubs looking to earn back a split here in Philadelphia going into the final game of this series. And also looking to hopefully pull out an above 500 road trip, as they've already taken 3 out of 4 from the Mets. The lineup today is going to feature the Cubs starter Bill Hands on the mound. He is making start number 5 with a 2-1 record, 2.63 ERA, and a 1.38 WHIP. He will have a lineup around him of Gar, Beckert, Williams, Santo, Blomberg, Hundley, Banks, Kessinger, and Hands batting 9th. The Phillies' Grant Jackson will be the starter for this team. The lefty Jackson is making start number 5. He is 2-0 with a 2.56 ERA, 1.23 WHIP. The Phillies lineup today will be Taylor, Callison, Allen, Heil, Emery, Harmon, Merrill, Money, and the pitcher Jackson batting 9th. It is 51 degrees, a little cooler than yesterday here in Philadelphia, wind blowing in from left at 10 mph, and it is time to start today's ball game. Now, as we can see the Phillies taking the field, the pitcher Jackson on the mound and Gar stepping up to the plate for the Cubs. The Cubs coming into this game at a record of 9-13, 5th place in the NL East. Philadelphia tied for first with a 13-8 record and having won 4 out of 4 so far from the Cubs this season. However, a lot of games yet to be played. We're only at the end of April. So, with Gar up to the plate, here is the pitch. And a grounder back toward the shortstop. He picks it up, throws to... Oh, he doesn't even bother throwing to first. Gar is so fast, he just beat that one out for an infield single. And now Beckert is the batter, and we're going to be looking to steal here. Beckert waiting for the first pitch. And that is a slider, which is going to be low for ball 1. And now we're going to try to steal second with Gar, not on this pitch, but maybe on the next one. Oh, a liner into the middle. That's a base hit. Well, rounding second and heading for third is Gar. The throw comes in, the slide, and Gar is safe. So he advances first to third on the Beckert single. The Cubs now have runners on the corners with nobody out, and Billy Williams the batter. The lefty Williams facing the lefty Jackson. And a pickoff throw goes over to first, and Beckert is out. So that's the first out of the inning. Beckert caught sleeping over at first base. And now Williams batting with 1 out. The runner's still 90 feet away. Here's a 1-2 pitch, and Williams swings and misses for strike 3. So Billy Williams fails to drive in the run. Ron Santo now the batter with 2 outs and the runner on third. Full count pitch to Santo, and he drives that one deep to left. That looks good. Santo deposits that one in the seats beyond left field. So a 2-0 Cub lead, 407 feet out to left field. And the Cubs are ahead here in the top of the first inning. Blomberg now the batter, facing Jackson with 2 outs and nobody on. That is Santo's 4th home run of the season. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch to Blomberg. And a pop up to right. Going back, he hit that one into the wind. The right fielder is going to make the catch on the warning track to end the inning. So we're going to the bottom of the first inning. It is a 2-0 Cub lead. Bill Hands coming out for the Cubs. They're in the bottom of the first. Facing Tony Taylor with a 1-strike count leading off for the Phillies. Here is the first pitch to Taylor. And a drive over the third baseman's head in the left field. That's going to be a single to lead off the inning for the Phillies. Taylor stopping on first, bringing up Callison. Nobody out, 1 man on. 1-1 pitch from Hands, and a pop-up to right center. Blomberg coming in. He gets under it to make the catch for out number 1. Dick Allen now the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. 1-strike count, and Allen grounds it to first. Banks covers, he flips it to the pitcher, but not in time. Banks made a diving play to stop that ball from getting into the outfield. However, the pitcher Hands is slow to cover, and so now the Phillies have first and second with 1 out. Larry Heil is the batter. 1 out, 2 men on, 1-2 count to Heil. Here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And he's sent back to the dugout with a curve. So that is the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the day for Hands. Brings up Cal Emery. No, 2 outs, 2 men on, 1-2 is the count. And a grounder to short. Kessinger has it, throws to Beckert to get the middle runner, and that'll end the inning. So the Phillies strand 2. We go to the top of the second of a 2-0 Cub lead. Hundley now the batter, facing Jackson with nobody out, nobody on. Classic leadoff situation and a full count and a fastball low. So Hundley draws the walk. He heads down to first, bringing up Ernie Banks. Nobody out, 1 man on. Full count pitch to Ernie Banks. Jackson looking for the sign. And a drive into center. Is that going to be over the center fielder's head and go all the way to the wall? Banks heading for extra bases. Hundley is going to stop it. No, he's going to try to score. Hundley is going to score without a throw. Ernie Banks has an RBI double to straightaway center field, and the Cubs now have a 3-0 lead. Don Kessinger, the next batter, with nobody out, 1 man on. Banks in scoring position, 2-2 count to Kessinger, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So he goes down swinging, and it'll bring up the pitcher Hands. With 1 out, runner on second, Hands is going to be asked to lay down the sacrifice here. And he bunts it over to third. The third baseman has it, throws to first, and that's the second out of the inning. So Hands successfully delivers the sacrifice, advancing Banks to third, and brings up the Cubs' leadoff hitter, Gar. He is 1 for 1 today, with 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away, facing Jackson with a 1-2 count. And he swings and misses for strike 3. That was a slider that dove right down under his bat. So the Cubs score again, taking a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the second inning. Harmon now the batter, nobody out. Leadoff batter, 2-1 count from Hands. Here's the pitch. And a drive into center. That's going to... Oh, a diving play by Gar. The speedy Gar makes a diving one-handed grab, and that will be the first out of the inning. Gar seemed initially to be in pain, but apparently he's going to walk it off and remain in the game. Merrill now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1 ball count to Merrill. Here's the pitch. And a drive to left. Williams chasing. He's going to catch that one. Medium depth for out number 2. Money now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 1 strike count. Hands working. Here is the pitch. And a drive to center. Gar on the run. Not going to get to this one. Goes all the way to the wall. Rounding first, heading for second. This is going to be a sliding double for Money, as he will be on second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. And now the pitcher Jackson is the batter. 2 outs, runner in scoring position, 1 ball count. Hands with the pitch. Pop up, right center. Coming over is Blomberg. He gets to the warning track and makes the catch to end the inning. So the Phillies strand a runner. We're going to the top of the third of a 3-0 Cub lead. Beckert facing Jackson here in the top of the third inning. 1 strike count. Glenn Beckert waiting for the pitch. Liner towards second on the ground. The throw goes over to first, and that is the first out of the inning. Billy Williams now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1 ball count, and the pitch to Billy Williams. And a drive to right. He got all of that one. Kiss it goodbye. He deposits that one in the bullpen behind the right field wall. And the Cubs now have a 4-0 lead. Oh man, that was even further than I thought. 507 feet out to right field. Billy Williams with the longest home run we have seen so far this season. Ron Santo now batting. 1 out and nobody on. Cubs up by 4. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Ron Santo. Jackson coming to the plate. And a drive to right center again. This one's going to one-hop the wall. Santo heading for extra bases, rounding first, heading for second. He's going to slide in with a 1-out double. So the hit parade continues for the Cubs here in the top of the third. And that will bring up the next batter, Blomberg. Runner on second, 1 out. Cubs up by 4. Here's the first pitch to Blomberg. And a pop-up on the right side. The first baseman has it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Hundley now batting, 2 outs. Runner on second, 1 ball count. Hundley waiting for the pitch. Grounder towards short. Picked up, thrown over to first. That is the 3rd out of the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. They score again, taking a 4-0 lead to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Taylor now leading off for the Phillies here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hands working. First pitch to Taylor. Here it comes. Grounder toward first. Ernie Banks has it. Flips to the pitcher. This time in time to retire the runner. Callison now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 0-2 pitch to Callison. Hands looking for the sign. And here it comes. And a grounder to second. Picked up by Beckert. Throws over to Banks. That is out number 2. Dick Allen now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Allen waiting for the pitch from Hands. And a drive deep center field. I believe that is going to leave the park. Dick Allen with a long home run to straightaway center field. 442 feet, although still 60 feet short of the Billy Williams home run in the previous inning. So 4-1 now is the Cubs lead. Hands working to Heil here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Full count pitch. Hands delivering. Liner pass for Santo into left field. That is going to be a 2-out single as Heil stops at first. And now Cal Emery is the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. 0-2 count. Emery waiting for the pitch. And a grounder to first. Banks has it. Flips to the pitcher and they lose it on the transfer. So an error on Ernie Banks. And now the Phillies with 2 outs have 2 men on. And the tying run is coming to the plate with Terry Harmon stepping up. With 2 outs, runners on first and second. 1-2 is the pitch. Hands working. Grounder toward first. This time, Banks has it himself. He steps on the base to end the inning. So the Phillies strand 2. We're going to the top of the 4th of a 4-1 ball game. Ernie Banks now looking for a little redemption here in the top of the 4th inning. Facing off with Jackson to lead off for the Cubs. Here is the first pitch to Ernie Banks. And a pop-up to center. That is going to be playable. Medium depth. The center fielder, Heil, has it to make the catch for out number 1. Kessinger now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Kessinger grounding it toward third. His counterpart throwing over to first to record the 2nd out of the inning. Score that one 6-3 in your scorebook. Bringing up the pitcher, Hands, with 2 outs, nobody on. 1 strike count. Hands waiting for the pitch. Another grounder toward short. The throw over to first. Rinse, wash, and repeat. The Cubs are retired on another ground out. So we go down to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is a 4-1 Cub lead. Hands facing Merrill. Lower third of the Phillies lineup coming here in the lower half of the 4th inning. 1-2 is the count. Hands working. Here's the pitch. Grounder towards second. Beckett picks it up, throws over to first. That is out number 1. Money now batting. He is 1 for 1 today, facing Hands with 1 out, nobody on. Here's an 0-2 pitch from Bill Hands. And the grounder goes toward third this time. Kessinger has it. He throws to first, and the very slow Money is going to be thrown out for the 2nd out of the inning. Jackson now batting. 2 outs and nobody on. Grant Jackson facing Hands with a 2-1 count. Here is the pitch. Grounder toward short. Kessinger has it again. Throws over to first, and that will end the inning. The Phillies ground out in order. We go to the top of the 5th of a 4-1 ball game. Jackson now facing Garr, who is 1 for 2 today. Top of the 5th. Garr scoring the first run of the game. Waiting for the 1-1 pitch. And Garr drives that one to right. Look out. It's going all the way to the wall. Garr is speeding his way around the bases. He rounds second, heading for third. Gonna have a triple as he slides in safely with a leadoff extra base hit here in the top of the 5th inning. And the Cubs just keep the turnstile going here against the Phillies. Glenn Beckert now batting with Garr on third and nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Here is the 1-strike pitch to Beckert and a grounder to third. Garr hesitates, he holds, and the throw goes to first as Beckert is retired for out number 1. Billy Williams now the batter. 1 for 2 with his 5th home run earlier in the game. Jackson working with a 1-1 count. Williams just needs to get out of the infield here. Here comes the pitch. And he drives that one to left. The left fielder, Dick Allen, has it. He throws it back in quickly. Allen has a cannon for an arm out there in left. And Garr is unable to tag up in advance. So the runner remains at third. Ron Santo now comes up. He is 2 for 2 with a home run and 2 RBIs in today's game. He is facing Jackson, with a runner on third, 2 outs, 2-0 count. Santo waiting for the pitch, and he pops that one up in foul territory. The first baseman, Emery, chasing, and he is going to make the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. We are going to the bottom of the fifth of a 4-1 ball game. Hands facing the top of the Philly lineup here, again in the bottom of the fifth inning. 1 ball count to Taylor. Here is the pitch. And a liner right at Beckert. He takes about 2 steps and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Callison now batting with 1 out, nobody on. Hands facing Callison with a 1-1 count. And the pitch, a pop-up to center. Going back is Gar. He has plenty of room. He's going to make that catch just shy of the warning track for out number 2. Allen now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Allen hitting a monster home run earlier in this game, facing off with Hands with a 2-2 count. Allen waiting for the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the sinker down and away. So we're going to the top of the 6th now. It is a 4-1 Cub lead. Blomberg coming up. He is 0 for 2 today. Facing Jackson here in the top of the 6th inning. Cubs up by 3. Here is a full count pitch to Blomberg. And a pop-up to center. He probably chased ball 4 right there. The center fielder, Heil, heading to his left, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Hundley now batting, top of the 6th, 1 out, nobody on. Jackson working with an 0-2 count. And a grounder to first. Emery has it. Oh, and he boots it. Emery boots it, and Hundley is going to be safe on the error. So, that is the first error of the game for the Phillies. And Hundley is on first with Banks, the next batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Top of the 6th inning. Full count pitch to Ernie Banks. That is high. It is ball 4. Banks showing a good eye there. And it brings up Kessinger. With 1 out, 2 men on. Kessinger facing Jackson. Do I want to warm up a reliever here? I do not know. Because I feel like the bullpen, I mean, they're not in awful shape. I could probably get away with another inning of having Hands out there in the mound in the bottom of the 6th. So we're going to do that. Even if the pitcher spot comes up, I'm going to let him bat. So Kessinger facing Jackson. 1 strike count, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Grounder to first. The throw goes to second. The relay to first. And the decision is taken away from me. A 4-6-3 double play ends the inning. The pitcher does not come up to bat. The Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the bottom of the 6th of a 4-1 ball game. Now, Hands facing Heil here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs up by 3. Here is the first pitch from Bill Hands. And a pop-up, a little looper into right. On the run is Blomberg making the catch for out number 1. Emery now batting, 1 out, nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Cal Emery as Bill Hands delivers. This one's a pop-up. This is a little deeper toward right. Blomberg heading back toward the track this time. And making the catch on the warning track for out number 2. Harmon now batting. 2 outs and nobody on. Harmon facing Hands with a 2-1 count. Here is the pitch from Bill Hands. And that is a grounder to short. Kessinger has it, throws over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Phillies retired in order once again. We are going to the top of the 7th inning of a 4-1 ball game. So we're up by 3. I feel like Hands has really done well. He's only thrown 84 pitches. I would love to get another inning out of Bill Hands, so we're going to go ahead and let him bat since he's leading off the inning. Here's a 2-2 count. Bill Hands waiting for the pitch. And Hands popping it up to right. The right fielder coming in, getting under it to make the catch for out number 1. Gar now batting. He is 2 for 3 today. Facing Jackson with 1 out and nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Gar waiting for the pitch. And a liner, soft liner at the second baseman. It deflects off his glove. And so that's an error. At second base, Gar is safe on first. And now it's off to the races with Gar. So we're going to steal on the first pitch right here. Let's see what happens. He goes, oh, he hesitates. Oh, he hesitates and goes back. And it was a changeup too. Man, that would have been a good pitch to run on. All right, well, we're going to wait. We're going to wait a pitch as Jackson, let Jackson throw a pickoff throw. Yep, over to first. The Pickoff throw is safe. So Gar holding it first. And now we're going to try to steal second once again. Jackson facing Beckert. Here's the pitch. Oh, and Gar hesitates again as Jackson misses inside for ball 2. So we're going to wait on this 2-0 count. Beckert waiting for the pitch. And he checks his swing. The call is ball 3. So now Beckert has a 3-0 count. The runner Gar is on first. And we're just going to let him swing away and see if he's going to walk on 4 straight. Here's the pitch. Nope, he fires a fastball for strike 1. So now 3-1 is the count. And we are going to do another steal play over towards second. And the pickoff throw, but Gar is back easily. He anticipated that. So now we're going to try to steal second once again. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Check swing. The runner... Oh, that is ball 4. All right, so Jackson issues his 3rd walk. A check swing, I thought the umpire was going to ring him up for strike 2. But it turns out that that was actually ball 4. So now there's runners on first and second with 1 out. Billy Williams the batter. And we are going to go ahead and do the double steal with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Because, hey, why not? Gar's fast. Beckert knows how to steal well. Let's see how this turns out. First pitch double steal. Here we go. Pitch is inside. The throw goes down to second. Beckert slides in. The throw's in the dirt, and Beckert gets the steal. So he heads down to second. Gar advances to third. And now Billy Williams batting. With 2 runners in scoring position, the Cubs up by 3 here in the top of the 7th inning. Now Williams is going to get to swing away at a 1-1 pitch. And it's a pop-up to left center. Going back, this is going to be plenty deep. The catch is made on the warning track. Throw goes into the cutoff man as Gar tags up and scores. It is now a 5-1 Cub lead. So sac fly right there for Billy Williams. Give him the RBI, his 13th of the season. And now Santo facing Jackson with 2 outs and Beckert on second. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Santo, and he hits a little nubber back toward the mound. The throw goes over to first, and Santo's retired to end the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. It is time to stretch here in Philadelphia with a 5-1 Cub lead. Hands is going to face Merrill here in the bottom of the 7th inning. With Merrill, Money, and the pitcher spot due up here in the bottom of the 7th. 2-2 count. Hands working. Here's the pitch. And a grounder to short. Kessinger picks it up, throws over to first. That is going to be out number 1. Money now batting with 1 out and nobody on. Hands facing Money with a 2-0 count. Here is the pitch. Grounder towards second. Beckert has it. Throws to first. That is out number 2. And now we're going to see a pinch hitter for the pitcher spot. This is Darren Johnson. He is 4 for 15 with an RBI this season. And we are going to see some activity in the Cub bullpen because if Hands is not able to get out of this inning, Regan will be brought in at some point. We're going to visit the mound. Hands says, I think I can reach back for more, which means he's kind of running on fumes here. Regan is warming up. Hands facing Johnson with 2 outs, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Let's see if Hands can find strike 3. And a pop-up in front of the plate. The catcher, Hundley, coming out, actually called off by the shortstop, Kessinger, and that will end the inning. So Hands completes the 7th frame. We're going to the top of the 8th of a 5-1 ball game. Regan is ready, but we're going to set him back down. So Blomberg, Hundley, and Banks are due up here in the top of the 8th inning. Blomberg facing the righty Wagner here in the top of the 8th. The new reliever Wagner for the Phillies has 1 win and an ERA of 6.75. He struck out 6 in 8 innings. Blomberg loops one over the second baseman's head. That'll be a leadoff single for Blomberg as he stops at first. And that'll bring up Hundley. And now we're going to see a pinch hitter for Hundley. The lefty, yes, the lefty Bork is going to pinch hit for Hundley here in the top of the 8th inning. So Bork coming up. He is 0 for 1 in the season, just called back up from AAA. Bork facing Wagner with a 2-2 count. And here is the pitch. And a liner in right field. That's another base hit. That one gets down for a single. Blomberg hesitates, not knowing if the right fielder was going to make the catch or not. So now the Cubs at first and second with nobody out, and Ernie Banks is the next batter. Blomberg on second, Bork on first, Banks the batter. We got the Killer Bees out here on the diamond here this afternoon. Top of the 8th inning, nobody out. Banks waiting for the 0-2 pitch. And here it comes. And a pop-up to the third baseman. The infield fly is going to be called, as this will be the first out of the inning. The runners hold, and now Kessinger is the batter. 1 out, 2 men on. We need to get Regan back up to make sure that he doesn't fall asleep on us down there in the bullpen. Wagner facing Kessinger. Full count pitch. Here it comes. And a liner past the third baseman into left field. That's a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Blomberg. The throw comes home, the slide, and Blomberg is safe. And the Cubs now have a 6-1 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. And that will actually mean that I can warm up a different reliever, because Joe Decker, there's no reason to throw. I mean, Regan was kind of a questionable decision to begin with, but being up by 5 runs, I may as well give Decker a couple innings of work here. So Hands now is going to be pinch hit for, and this is going to be the lefty Willie Smith, as the Phillies reliever, Wagner, seems to have a hard time getting lefties out. So Smith comes up with 1 out, 2 men on, 1 run already in. Here's a 1-strike pitch to Willie Smith. And a drive, left center field, that's not deep enough. The center fielder going over, Heil making the catch. The runners do not attempt to tag up in advance. That's the second out of the inning. And now Gar comes back up. He's 2 for 4 today, facing Wagner, with 2 outs, 2 men on in the top of the 8th inning. Gar waiting for the 1-ball count and the pitch. And a liner past the third baseman in left field. That's another base hit. Is the runner going to try to score? Yes, rounding third and heading home. And actually the throw goes to third to try to get the second runner, Bork. So that is going to, Kessinger. Bork scored. Kessinger slides into third. The Cubs are now ahead 7-1. Gar has an RBI single, and Glenn Beckert is the next batter. 2 outs, 2 men on. Wagner facing Beckert here in the top of the 8th inning. 2-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. Grounder back toward the mound. Wagner has it. Throws over to first, and that will end the inning. The Cubs score twice. They strand 2. We're going to the bottom of the 8th of a 7-1 ball game. And now we're going to see... We are going to definitely see some maneuvering being done, because Blomberg is going to stay, or Bork is going to stay in the game at first base. Yes. And then we also need a new catcher, which will be Felsky, and he is going to bat here and catch. And then we're going to bring in, I believe it's going to be, yes, Al Montreal is going to be brought in here to play second base. And now Decker will be brought in to bat in the number 2 spot, and hopefully not have to come up again to bat in this game. So Decker, I think that makes that a quadruple switch. I'm not sure. Anyway, Decker coming out. He has thrown 11 1/3 innings, walked 3, struck out 9, has a 6.35 ERA. Decker working in the bottom of the 8th inning to the top of the Phillies lineup. Here is a 2-2 count, and Decker looking for the sign. And here is the delivery. And a liner over the first baseman's head into right field. Blomberg chases it down. The throw goes into the cutoff man, and a leadoff single for Taylor as he stops at first. Callison now the batter. Decker facing Callison with nobody out, 1 man on. 0-2 count, Decker with the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Callison is struck out with the fastball. Decker now facing Dick Allen with 1 out, 1 man on. 3-0 count. Allen waiting for the pitch. Inside for ball 4. He didn't really get much of anything to hit. 4 straight balls to Dick Allen, issuing the walk, and it'll bring up Heil. 1 out, 2 men on. 1-2 is the count. And Heil watches strike 3 go by. The fastball at 94. recording the strikeout, and now Emery is the batter. 2 outs, 2 men on, 1-2 is the count, and Decker gets him to pop it up to right, chasing down his Blomberg to his left, making the catch to end the inning. So the Phillies strand 2. We go to the top of the ninth of a 7-1 ball game. Billy Williams batting for the Cubs here in the top of the ninth, facing the reliever Wagner, who's going to be asked to complete his second inning of work here in the top of the ninth inning. Wagner facing Williams. There's a looper into center. I believe that's going to drop in, and Billy Williams has another base hit. He's actually going to second, trying to extend it to a double, and Williams is thrown out by the center fielder Heil. So that's a base hit and the first out of the inning. Santo now comes up with 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 is the count. Santo waiting for the pitch. And a drive to left. Chasing it is Dick Allen. He's going to make the catch for out number 2. Blomberg now batting. 2 outs and nobody on. 2-0 count. Blomberg waiting for the pitch. And a liner past the first baseman into right field. That's going to be a 2-out base hit. Blomberg rounding first, heading for extra bases. He slides into second, and he is going to have a double. So a 2-out extra base hit for Blomberg puts the runner in scoring position with the next batter, Bork, coming up. 2 outs, 1 man on. 3-0 count to Bork, and that is way high for ball 4. The catcher had to jump to try to stop that from getting away. So now Montreal is going to bat with 2 outs and runners on first and second here in the top of the ninth inning. 1-2 is the count, and Wagner delivers the pitch. It's lined into center field for another base hit. Rounding third and heading home, the slide, and he is tagged out. So Blomberg trying to aggressively score. He ran through the stop sign from the third base coach, and he is thrown out at home. So the Cubs strand 2. They do not score. We're going to the bottom of the ninth of a 7-1 ball game. And now Decker is facing Harmon in the bottom of the ninth inning. Decker coming out for his second inning of work. 1-2 is the count. Decker looking for the sign. And the pitch, a grounder towards short. Kessinger has it. He does not attempt to throw, as Harmon is very speedy and he beats it out for an infield single. Merrill now batting. Nobody out. Runner on first. 2-2 count to Merrill. Here's the pitch. Grounder to short. The throw goes to the second baseman. The relay to first, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. So 2 outs now, nobody on. The Phillies down to their final out, and Don Money is the batter. 1 for 3 today, facing Decker here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 2-2 count. Decker trying to deliver the money pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Struck him out with a very money slider. So the Cubs are victorious, 7-1. The Cubs score 7 runs on 14 hits with 1 error. The Phillies 1 run on 7 hits with 2 errors. The player of today's game is the Cubs' Bill Hands. He went 7 innings of 5-hit, 1-run baseball with 2 strikeouts and improves his record to 3-1 this season. Joe Decker throwing 2 innings of scoreless relief to close out the game. Grant Jackson suffers the loss. He drops to 2-1. He threw 7 innings of 7-hit, 5-run baseball. 4 were earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 2 home runs allowed. And the Cubs have an honorable mention of Rick Garr leading off today. He went 3 for 5 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. So the Cubs improving to 10-13 while the Phillies drop to 13-9. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.